it's about to collide. A member of Brazil's Special Operations Police Force, Paulo Thiago, fights for the third time tonight here in the U.S. against unbeaten Jacob Volkmann. Owner of one of the UFC's most unique nicknames, Jacob Christmas Volkmann isn't spreading any holiday cheer when the bell rings, as he's won all 9 of his professional fights, 6 by submission. Tonight, he makes his UFC debut against Paulo Thiago.
Tonight, I'm going to come in there, I'm going to throw a few punches, I'm going to lock him up with an underhook, throw some liver punches, body lock him, slam him down to the ground and pound, and finish him with a submission.
I'm trained hard, and I'm ready to strike, and I'm ready to wrestle, and I'm ready to submit him. I'm ready. That's it.
A dynamic welterweight prospect with the ability to finish fights standing or on the mat, Paulo Thiago's talents have carried him to wins in 11 of his 12 professional fights. Tonight, he looks for his second UFC victory.
As soon as I get to the octagon, I'll try to strike him. If he wants to go to the ground, I'll finish him.
I have a few different techniques I like to use. I like the knee mount. I'm going to get a knee mount, and I'm going to punch him a few times. He'll probably try and scramble out of that, and I'm going to submit him.
Coming up next, Jacob Christmas Volkmann squares off against Paulo Thiago. Making his UFC debut, one of MMA elites from Fergus Falls, Minnesota, now fighting out of White Bear Lake, 3-time Division I All-American, 4-time All-Big Ten performer, Jacob Christmas Volkmann.
Interesting fighter here, Mike. We know that he's a wrestler. We know he's got some excellent training partners, trained by Greg Nelson out of Minnesota Martial Arts Academy. UFC debut. Let's see what he can do against a very tough and durable Paulo Thiago.
Fought the same place heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar did collegiately, the University of Minnesota. Now he got the nickname from his teammates Christmas because he does, and I guess fairly or unfairly, you can tell from the haircut, he resembles Lloyd Christmas, the Jim Carrey character in Dumb and Dumber. So thus his friends who are, you use that word loosely, his friends nicknamed him Christmas. He does kind of have the straight hairline up there.
Well, it's better than another pit bull.
Yeah, that is true.
We need some unique nicknames.
Christmas is unique, and Christmas has entered the big lights here tonight. 2008 USA Grappling National Champion, defeated Dennis Hallman in that competition. Victory fighting champion at 170 pounds, 9-0 in his mixed martial arts career, making his UFC debut tonight on late notice against the Brazilian. Brasilia, Brazil. His win over Josh Koscheck, who will fight later tonight, one of the biggest upsets in the last few months in MMA of 2009, certainly in London. Fought at UFC 100, and Paulo Thiago fights here in the UFC again tonight.
Yeah, really shocked a lot of people with that knockout of Josh Koscheck. Koscheck leaning in and hit him with a beautiful uppercut, left hook combination. So he showed that he's got some power in his hands, and then lost the decision to John Fitch in a very intriguing matchup. It was a really good fight. John Fitch is, of course, an excellent grappler and really ground out Paulo Thiago for the victory, which is one of those things that John Fitch is so good at. We know he's a very durable guy. He's got a lot of experience in other organizations, fighting all over the world.
It's a good matchup, Joe. 11-1 Paulo Thiago against 9-0 Jacob Volkmann. Thiago, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, has very good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but he is known for his vicious stand-up, evidenced by the aforementioned knockout victory in London against Josh Koscheck. His first fight's out of Brazil, his first fight in the UFC. This is his third appearance.
And Mike, physically, Paulo looks in incredible condition. Definitely looks better physically than he looked the first time we saw him in the octagon. You know, and I'll tell you what, a fight with John Fitch will really make you focus on your strength and conditioning.
We said it before, here's a guy who recovers firearms from drug dealers in Brazil. This is a night off tonight.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most dangerous jobs in the world.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight, Volkmann. 1 year the elder of Thiago. Thiago, 2 inches taller, will have a 3-inch reach advantage. Once again, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 9 wins with no losses. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds, fighting out of White Bear Lake, Minnesota, Jacob Christmas Volkmann. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. A mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 11 wins with 1 loss. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds, fighting out of Brasilia, Brazil, Paulo Thiago! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Steve Mazzagatti.
The beautiful Ariane, Logan, Natasha.
All right, gentlemen, bring it on, come on.
Volkmann in the white trunks. Thiago in the dark trunks. Volkmann the southpaw. Fergus Falls, Minnesota.
Already you see Paulo Thiago looking for that uppercut. The same high kick.
Thiago looking to find the distance here.
He's a very menacing looking dude, isn't he?
He is. He's got that Diego Sanchez mean face on.
Diego's not using it tonight.
There you go, exactly. It's a rental. Volkmann, very tough kid.
Actually, Diego's probably practicing that right now as we speak.
At you and I for talking about it.
Yeah. Well, this is what Volkmann wanted. He wanted to get a hold of clinch. He's got a hold of Paulo Thiago, but be careful what you wish for because Paulo is a nightmare on the ground. Paulo immediately took him down, Mike, and into side control. Volkmann is in some trouble here, Mike. Paulo Thiago's got him on the ground. Well, Volkmann did a good job of getting that left leg in place and pulled him into half guard now. Using that fence now, he's going to try to wall walk. Press his body up against the fence and stand back up. And Thiago grabs that right leg and drags him right back to the ground. But Volkmann back up, and now he's on top of Paulo. Well, Paulo has double underhooks here. Volkmann with the whizzer.
Volkmann, very well educated, Bachelor in Science from the University of Minnesota, Doctor of Chiropractic at Northwestern Health Services University.
Volkmann already bleeding from a small cut on the bridge of the nose. Doesn't seem too bad. Good job by Volkmann in getting back to his feet.
Volkmann, 6 of his 9 wins have come by submission. Won a no-gi World Grappling Championship in 08, as we mentioned
Full
before.
mount. He went down, Mike, and it looked like his knee twisted back at a funny angle. Paulo Thiago's got full mount. He really wants to secure that right leg underneath him. Otherwise, Otherwise, the knee gets back into place. Yeah, Volkmann has some really good ground defense.
Scrambled out nicely before. Can he do it again? Can he wall walk?
And see how that what Paulo just did with his right leg? He wants to get past these legs, lock them up, so he can get on top of them.
Good job by Volkmann. Put in a bad position twice here already here in round 1. 2 minutes remains. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Little short elbows here for Paulo Thiago on top. Volkmann brings it back to full guard. Now he's going to try to use the cage here, Mike, and walk up, and Paulo Thiago, aware of that, stacks him. And he would like to keep him in this position right here and just keep raining some bombs down on him.
Gonna let him up.
Volkmann does not look gassed. Looks like he's in great shape.
Watch for the head kick.
There's been a lot of exchanges already in this first round, but he's still in, you know, even considering the adrenaline dump, he's obviously remained calm because he looks like he's fine here. Nice leg kick by Paulo Thiago.
And Volkmann waited to try to turn that into a takedown to his advantage. Good sprawl by the Brazilian. Volkmann clearly wanted to take this fight to the ground a moment ago.
Well, he's definitely shown some great defense on the ground and a great ability to get out of a dominant position. Knees to the legs by Volkmann, and a knee by Thiago. Paulo Thiago's trying to hold back that arm to keep Volkmann from being able to defend, and then land some knees to the body and then perhaps
nice
the head.
elbow on the exit. "15 seconds. Maybe the confidence of Volkmann is starting to build, Joe. Uppercut. See if he goes to it again right at the end of the round. Saved by the bell.
Awesome combination by Paulo Thiago.
Wow.
Yeah, saved by the bell indeed. Volkmann's walking around. He doesn't know where to go. Let's see it again, and let's listen to it. The first time we're going to watch it, here's that left hook. Now watch the straight right. Ba-boom on the chops. Now let's listen to it in real time. Still, his eyes were clear when he went down. Volkmann was looking up. He had his head off the mat. He got rocked, but he seems to be aware of what was going on.
All right, so this simple stuff, but I want you to open up with your hands. Be confident with your left hand, all right? It's right there. I'm serious. Okay?
You got mouthpiece?
Yep.
Paulo Thiago once again displayed the power that he possesses in his striking at the horn, end of round one. Set for the start of round two.
Second round, guys. Bring it on. Come on.
Will he go right back after it, Joe?
Well, you got to wonder how much that shot hurt Volkmann. We won't really know. We know that Paulo's got some power, though.
No question.
Because Josh Koscheck takes a tremendous shot.
Caught the leg.
Beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful kick.
Superman punch. Volkmann's in big trouble here.
Yeah, Thiago's really turning it up. Nice takedown by Volkmann. Very nice.
The best thing that could have happened there.
And
to get
pulls
this
him
fight to the ground.
Right into side control, Mike. Now, this is the first time we've seen Volkmann in a dominant position. Let's see if he can capitalize. He wanted to go knee to the belly. He's trying to do that now, but watch how Paulo Thiago turns into him. And if he's turning into him when he has control of that leg, it's going to be difficult for Volkmann to capitalize on it.
Half guard.
And Volkmann trying to retain that dominant position and get back to side control. And he's trying to mount here. Real confident in his hips because he's allowing Thiago to grab a hold of his leg.
Got a lot of grappling experience.
He's got the back now.
The All-American wrestler, Jacob Volkmann.
You know what? There's no substitution for wrestling. Wrestlers have just a very unique strength and ability to control bodies. And, you know, a good Division I wrestling champ like Volkmann.
He's looking to sink that arm under the chin, Joe.
Yeah, the problem is the leg, though. You know, the way Paul's got to hold that leg, he's got to worry about getting reversed.
Thiago's up. Will he go right back down, though? Volkmann is going to look to pull the double.
There's been some interesting shifts in momentum in this fight, back and forth.
seemed like this was a millisecond from being over the end of the round, and then the way Thiago came out early in this second round, Joe. But Jacob Volkmann, a survivor, now he's starting to turn the tide a bit.
Well, you know, he comes from a great camp, that Minnesota Martial Arts Academy, where, you know, obviously Sean Shirk has come from. Brock Lesnar's been training there.
Go hold the gloves.
So many tough guys come out of that place.
Action, guys, let's go.
Good exchange in the clinch. Thiago with fast hands. Past the midway point of the fight. Thiago
with a flying knee
up.
attempt. Volkmann caught him with a left hook there in that exchange. Volkmann's got his back again as Paulo goes for that leg. If Volkmann can stay on, free that leg, he's basically got Paul Thiago's back.
Jacob, pick him wisely.
29-year-old against 28-year-old. 9-0 against 11-1.
Volkmann has the back now. He's got to be careful that Paulo doesn't roll into a leg lock. It is one of his favorite techniques. Oh, he's got a mount here.
Can he keep it?
And he turns, and he's on top. Oh, sloppy. Volkmann lost an excellent position there. Oh, and he eats a big punch.
On his back is the wrestler.
You hear pasa guarda from his corner.
Pass the water?
Past the guard.
I knew that. I was being silly.
You silly goose. Paulo Thiago on top has not attempted to pass the guard yet.
Eats another one. And another.
See what kind of guard Volkmann has.
Let's go. Action, guys, action.
Volkmann trying to isolate that right arm, but you know, that's going to be real hard to pull off. A, without a gi, and B, on a guy like Paulo Thiago. Oh! Big ground and pound shot and moves right into side control.
15 seconds remains here. Can Volkmann make it to round 3?
He's going to make it to round 3, but the real question is, has he given away the first 2 rounds?
Anderson Silva. Very pleased tonight with the performance of his good friend and training partner, Minotauro Nogueira.
He is super tired.
When you train with a guy like that.
Super tired, buddy. He got up super slow, all right? So I want you to think the same way. I want you to go pressure. See that takedown you took him down with initially? You got to get inside and do it again. He's weak to the leg takedowns and more susceptible to upper body takedowns, okay? He's a judo guy. He's weaker to the leg takedown. So pressure him up. Let loose that left hand again. Get inside, left hand, make him worried. He's a little bit tired at this point in time, okay? When you're inside there, when you're on top, you just...
Não tem luta agarrada, Paulo. É luta de longe, é só cruzado. Você vai derrubar ele no cruzado, Paulo. Cruzado, Paulo.
Looked early in round 2 like he was going to finish this fight.
There you see behind him Walid Ismail, one of the great characters in mixed martial arts. And a Carlson Gracie black belt.
Here we are set, Joe, for our 3rd and final round.
This is it, guys. Last round. Bring it on. Come on.
5 minutes remains.
And you hear the corner of Volkmann saying he's susceptible to leg takedowns.
Talking about his judo background. So let's see if he tries Volkmann to set up the shot, especially if his opponent throws a kick. Volkmann goes down.
He got tagged.
Thiago trying to finish his fight. Big shots to the midsection.
He's trying to shake those legs off, Mike. He's trying to drag them back and then throw those legs to the side to try to pass guard. Volkmann doing a good job of staying inside. Volkmann has a triangle here. If he can control that right arm real quickly, get that right leg rather out. Paulo Thiago very aware of it and very nicely passes the guard.
Now Thiago trying to work from side control.
North-south choke, Mike.
Haven't seen one of those in quite some time.
That's the Jeff Monson special.
I was going to say, yep.
Volkmann on top here. If he can control Paulo's legs, stay on top, move this to a dominant position, use that wrestling ability that he has.
Trying to loosen him up with some shots to the body.
Those don't seem like they have that much on him, though, at this point. His arms are probably fairly tired. But he's staying on top, keeping his hips on him.
He was looking to sweep that leg for a second, Joe. Thiago's back up. Thiago with the left.
And Thiago's still got that power in his hand standing up, Mike.
Vicious combination at the end of round one. Volkmann shoots.
Moving for that takedown.
That's going to be frustrating for Jacob Volkmann.
Notice how Paulo Thiago does this, Mike. He grabs a hold of the legs and then pulls them back. And he pulls them back and then throws them to the side.
Just stomps.
Oh, look at that.
Warned for the foot stomp.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. You can axe kick to the body, I think, but you can't stomp.
Anderson Silva uses the axe kick.
Yeah, Volkmann again in side control. This is what he wanted. He wanted knee on the belly, and he's got it here. And Paulo rolls and gives his back. The real question is Volkmann able to hurt him with these punches? His arms seem like they've lost a lot of pep. You know, I mean, look at he's throwing these shots. Doesn't really have that much on him at this point in the fight.
Trying to get to side control now.
He's there. He's just got to pass that leg, and he does.
Now let's see what he can do from here.
Now from here, he can assume the crucifix position, or what we like to call the salivary. We first saw this when Andrei Semenov fought Ivan Salivary, and there it is right there. Matt Hughes loves this position as well. Control the arm, leave him with only one hand to defend himself, and this very well could lead for a stoppage.
He's in a great position here.
Yeah, he's got the spot. This is the spot. Very hard to get out of this. Matt Hughes used this on BJ Penn. We've seen many fighters use it. I believe Hughes used this on Carlos Newton as well.
Thiago seems to be in survival mode here, Joe.
Volkmann's stealing this round. He lost that position, unfortunately for him. Oh, slipped right off him. Got too high. And that's just a matter of fatigue right there, Mike.
Gotta watch the up kick if you're Paulo Thiago.
And again, Paulo Thiago is always able to do that. Throws those legs aside and moves to side control again. It's a very well-matched fight, Mike, because these guys are going back and forth and back and forth. Volkmann trying to turn, trying to spit his body out, and then he wants to get a knee in between him and Paulo Thiago. Oh, look at this. He's got a Darce choke from the bottom.
Volkmann trying to stay unbeaten in his mixed martial arts career.
Look at this,
Can
Mike.
he choke out Paulo Thiago?
He snuck in a Darce choke from the bottom. From having his guard pass, he let him pass his guard. He just doesn't have the pep in his arms. He's just lost some endurance and muscle strength because of this grueling fight, but man, he had an excellent position there. Oh, now he's getting battered.
Volkmann a survivor, that's for certain.
Great fight, though.
Thiago and Volkmann go the distance.
Great fight.
Good job.
Joe, take a look at our fight replay.
Now here is the knockdown. He caught him with another straight right, dropped him. Volkmann was staggered, but his eyes were clear. And here's a big punch from the top by Paulo Thiago. And here's the Darce choke. Watch how he snuck this in, Mike. He lets him pass. Watch this. He lets him pass, so he thinks he's in a dominant position. And as he does this, he swivels his hips out. Watch this. Slips that arm under, and bam! Look at that. You're caught in a choke. It was just a little too late in the fight. If he had caught that early in the first round, he might have been able to put him away with that.
Impressive debut for Jacob Volkmann. He may fall short of victory, but he proved to be very worthy of his entrance into the octagon here tonight. Bruce Buffer has gathered the judges' scorecards. They have rendered their decision, and Bruce has it. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score at 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Paulo Thiago.
Thiago earns a unanimous decision victory here tonight, defeating Volkmann. Paulo Thiago with Joe.
All right, I'm here with the victor, Paulo Thiago. A great fight, Paulo. Some great back and forth exchanges. You caught him with some big shots, and it looked like you hurt him at the end of that 1 round. Did you think you were going to be able to put him away?
Você bateu nele, você machucou ele. Você achava que você ia nocautear ele?
Eu achei que eu ia nocautear, mas o meu adversário é cara muito duro. Mostrou isso na luta e fico feliz por esse combate ter sido bastante difícil e ter sido bom para minha carreira.
You was thinking he's gonna knock out, but the guy is really tough. Give a good show, and he's happy to be here.
Well, it was an excellent show and an excellent fight and a great performance over a very tough fighter. We look forward to seeing you again.
One more thing. Before he say thank you for De Lorenzo, and for Frank Fetita, for Dan White, for making the sport the biggest sport in the world. You understand? Thank you very much.
And thank you for an excellent performance. Paulo Thiago, ladies and gentlemen.